Hi guys! This is a review of Going Bovine by Libba Bray. First thing I want to say about this book, and probably the easiest way to sum it up, this book is Percy Jackson and the Olympians on drugs. Now whether the drug is weed or LSD, I haven't really decided yet, but Percy Jackson on drugs, this book. Going Bovine follows the story of Cameron Smith, an apathetic teenage boy living in this weird, kind of modern day setting, but like with a couple of maybe dystopian twists. It's really weird. And all of a sudden he discovers that he has mad cow disease and he is going to die. And long story short, he ends up going on this epic road trip quest shut up, phone. Long story short, he ends up going on this epic road trip quest adventure thing to try to save the world and also cure himself. It's super weird and quirky and crazy, and I absolutely loved it. Also, it's a parody of Don Quixote, and there's lots of references to Don Quixote in this book. I wish I had read Don Quixote before I read Going Bovine so I could understand a little more of the context. Let me just share with you the blurb on the back of this book that made me personally want to read it. Libba Bray's fabulous new book will, with any justice, be a cult classic. The kind of book you take with you to college in the hopes that your roommate will turn out to have packed their own copy too. Reading it is like discovering an alternate version of the Phantom Toll Booth, where Holden Caulfield has hit Milo over the head and stolen his car, his token, and his toll booth. There's adventure and tragedy here, a sprinkling of romance, musical interludes, a battle-ready yard gnome who's also a Norse god, and practically a chorus line of physicists. If that blurb didn't make you want to read the book, I don't know what else to tell you. First off, I've never really talked about this on this channel, but I absolutely adore the Phantom Toll Booth. It was required reading when I was in 6th grade, and I don't know who decided that, but it was probably the best decision my elementary school teachers ever made. Phantom Toll Booth is this story— shut up, phone! God! Phantom Toll Booth is this story about imagination and apathy and passion, and it's full of like plays on words, and it's about learning, and it's one of those books that makes you really excited about reading, and you're like, I didn't know books could do that. I can't put my finger on what it is exactly, but Going Bovine has some kind of mood or flavor, writing style, tone that reminds me so much of the Phantom Toll Booth, and reading this book was a really nostalgic experience because I haven't read the Phantom Toll Booth in a long time, and I really want to pick it up again now. The Holden Caulfield aspect is definitely present in the darker storyline, considering Cameron has mad cow disease and is most likely going to die a very painful death filled with very scary hallucinations. But it's also present in Cameron's apathy. Cameron is not a very likable protagonist when you first start this book. He is very reminiscent of Holden Caulfield. He's confrontational, and he doesn't really care about anything, and he just kind of makes fun of everything and everyone. But as the book goes on, you grow with him and you begin to understand his inner turmoil, and he becomes really passionate about life and just experiencing life and living, and it makes his story that much more heartbreaking and touching.